Hey, what is up everybody? Musty Sea Dragon here, and today I have a great video for you. What I got is a Black Ops 2 video featuring the two most controversial sniper rifles, the DSR-50 and the Ballista. What we'll be doing today is looking at the specs for both guns and dissecting what's better about each, and we will decide which gun is better according to the specs of all the guns. So none of this is personal, and I do not take any side while comparing these two guns. So I won't favor any. So yeah, but at the end I will tell you guys which gun I prefer better and why. So we're going to start off with some more general information about these two guns. The DSR is unlocked at level 4 while the Ballista is unlocked at level 43. There is a long length between these two levels, which is obvious, but I'm just putting it out there for you guys. These two guns are both bolt action, which is one of the main reasons why these guns are so similar to each other. But the magazine sizes are very different. While the DSR-50 only holds 5 bullets in one clip, the Ballista holds 7 bullets per clip, which is a big difference if you're having a snipe war between someone with the DSR and the Ballista. You might end up having some trouble. So the DSR loses a point to the Ballista. On to the next category now. So the reload time is an important factor between these guns that put a large effect on using them in game. The two reload times on the guns are very different from one another, with the DSR reloading time without the fast mag with the time of 3.90 seconds and the Ballista reload time of 3.75 seconds. When one thinks about these times and comparing it, it doesn't seem like a big difference, but it will when you're using these guns. So the fast mag time for both is 3. So the fast mag time for the DSR is 3.40 seconds, with the Ballista coming in with 2.97 seconds. That's a really big difference from the Ballista as well as the DSR, but the most significant faster time has to be the Ballista, because that's almost a 1 second, like a whole second difference, I guess you could look at it. So it would be smart to use these two attachments while using these guns in game, for both guns really. I mean, they work just as well. But coming out finally, the Ballista definitely has the most impressive fast mag time. So now we're coming down to the final 3 main topics, which are weapon damage, accuracy or recoil, and weapon mobility. So pretty much we'll start off with weapon damage, and what we have is it would be a one-shot kill with the DSR-50 from the waist up, while the Ballista is a one-shot kill from the upper chest up. So obviously the DSR gets a point because it has a bigger area for a one-shot kill on a player. Well, if that makes sense to you guys, so it has a better chance of getting a one-shot kill, while the Ballista has a lower chance of getting a one-shot kill, and you end up with hit markers, which in this gameplay I do end up getting a fair amount of times, just a hit marker, and that can be a little bit annoying in live games, especially if it's like search and destroy, because you'd get eliminated because, like, I don't know, you shot maybe an inch lower than you should have. So obviously, yeah, point to the DSR-50. And the accuracy or recoil, there's not much to say about that. The Ballista has a lot less recoil than the DSR-50, but it's kind of it's hard. It's hard to tell. It's the DSR's is low, while the DSR's is medium-ish for accuracy or recoil, and the recoil or accuracy for Ballista is a lot better. So not much to say about that, and yeah. So the weapon mobility, obviously, if you took a hold of these two guns, there'd be a large difference. So pretty much the DSR-50 has a way has definitely has a less mobility, has a lower mobility rate than the Ballista. So, I mean, that's all. You're a lot slower with a Barrett 50 cal gun. It's not like I'm dissing Barrett, but I mean, just putting it out there. This is a heavy gun, and yeah. So those are our tests for these two little guns, and so right now I will give you guys how I feel about these two guns and what I notice about them. So on a map like Studio, the DSR is definitely useful because it's kind of a longer, it's a bigger map that isn't so condensed. There's a big open space and there's little pathways for people who like to chill out there. Like there's a little midway like this, and so that would be good for the DSR. I mean, since the DSR has a slower raise time or a scope rise time, like it's definitely better for longer slash mid-range maps or to be used in that way. So that is definitely something about the DSR that I have noticed. I'm not sure that it is the same with you guys, and I don't mean to make everything I say sound like I know what I'm talking about. I don't. I just noticed this. So well, that's how the DSR is. But I noticed that the Ballista is a bolt action gun that is more for closer combat, for from mid range to like smaller maps. I mean, I've used the Ballista on Nuketown 2025. I mean, it's not a bad gun to use. I've used the DSR. I mean, they kind of do the same, but I'm definitely in different places when I use the DSR on Nuketown 2025. So, those are the differences that I've seen with these and what I've noticed and how I feel like I use them, because depending on their capabilities and what they do. So, yeah. And by the way, sorry about the background noise. If you hear it, or if the mic picks it up, you might have heard like a national anthem or two, because my dad's watching the hockey game. I just got booted out of the TV room because we only have one TV, and that's how a family house is. And I'm sorry I only have iMovie 11, which is kind of a pain in the arse for me, because I can't really add cool things onto the screen. At least I don't know how. I don't have anything like the Final Cut Pro or something. So yeah. So it looks like the outcome from these two guns being compared is, depending on the specs, the DSR lost and the Ballista won. The Ballista had 4 points to and the DSR only had 1 point. We compared pretty much like 5 things. Sorry, I had to count them out because I wrote them down on screen. We had to compare 5 things, and the Ballista won 4 of the 5 points compared by specs. I think that's what. And, you know, it's one hell of a hard decision to make, personally, which sniper rifle is better. I mean, I might as well go with, you know, I really don't know. They're so similar that it's hard. It's hard to decide. But I think that I'm going to go with the Ballista because it feels comfortable when I use it on my, when I'm using it, and how quick the scope draws up, or how much faster. It's probably not that big of a difference, but I mean, you know, I find it to be a big difference, and I'm going to have to go with the Ballista. I mean, I don't know about you guys, and if I offended you, that's pretty ridiculous. But that is what I think about these guns. This is my first time doing a weapon comparison. This is the only time that I really made a script for some of it. And just tell me if you like live commentaries better or whatever. And just tell me if you'd rather see like best in like best guns, or like best SMGs in Black Ops 2, at best assault rifles, best what, shotguns, or yeah, just tell me if you want to see some more comparisons. I do enjoy doing them, and yeah, I like spending my time doing this, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, so please give it a like. It doesn't really, it's not that freaking hard. But yeah, tell me what I should compare next time, and I'll see you guys later.